On this episode of the Girl Talk podcast,
you have what it takes to get where you want to go, and it happens one decision at a time. Hello there. You're listening to the Girl Talk podcast. My name is Carol.
I'm Kelly.
I'm Tricia.
And we're so glad you are here today.
Yes, we are. We're so excited. And we want to say a very special thank you to our friends at Compassion International. Now, you may have heard us say they release children from poverty in Jesus' name and thought, what does that mean exactly? Well, it means that you have the opportunity to sponsor a little boy or a little girl anywhere around the world that is in extreme poverty right now, and you can rescue them, and they learn about Jesus. They get all their needs met, their different educational needs as well as their physical needs. But most importantly, they hear about Jesus. Their family hears about Jesus, and their community hears about Jesus. And Jesus is changing the world one child at a time through the work of Compassion International. So I want to just introduce you to little Aisha right now. She's from Bangladesh. Her birthday is July the 15th, 2018. And if that is a special date for you, maybe God is calling you to bring Aisha into your family through child sponsorship. You can see Aisha and all the other beautiful kids that are waiting and praying for a sponsor by going to thelightfm.org/Girl Talk. That's thelightfm.org/Girl Talk. And then click on the Compassion banner. You'll see these beautiful kids.
Thank you, Compassion. We appreciate you. Today we're going to be talking about body shaming.
Oh.
And comparison. Kind of those two things.
Okay.
In tandem.
Wow. Okay.
So my first question is, have you ever been body shamed?
Yeah. Oh, I can remember James when I was in high school telling me that I had a double chin.
James, I'm coming for you.
James.
James, we're going to kick you in the shin.
Just randomly. I mean, I can even picture exactly where I was in the hallway. I was right outside the C Hall, right in front of the blue lockers. And he was like, hey, you got a double chin? And I'm like... And that has stuck with me for my entire life. In fact, just as we were beginning to do this record this podcast, we do all these things on video now. You can watch them on YouTube if you would like, but I don't recommend it because you're going to see my double chin.
Oh,
but
Kelly.
I asked Laura, I was
James
like, okay, make
win.
that camera go up further high. Make it go up higher because I don't want to have my double chin that James told me about when I was 16 years old. Stuck with me. So, yeah, I've been body shamed.
Well, these things stick with you forever. And I'll tell you, I have been body shamed all the way around, from being thick to being thin. There is no place where you're not body shamed because it doesn't matter if you're overweight, underweight, or anywhere in between. Somebody is going to make you feel that way.
Yeah.
It's a terrible thing.
Yeah. It is. And I don't know about you guys, but whenever I first asked that question, I got this sinking feeling. I mean, like, did you get sinking feeling like when you thought about that situation with James? I thought about a situation where there was a picture taken of me that was less than flattering, and it was shared with a bunch of people, and I was embarrassed and ashamed. And I want us to talk about what really is at the heart of body shaming, because I think we as women particularly struggle with this because we live in a culture that says if you're not size, fill in the blank, if you don't have this certain type of body type, if you don't do all these things, then you're not worthy of love. And I think that is the place where all this shaming starts.
Not worthy of love.
Yeah. And then we walk into life looking for people who will love us based on how we look or how hard we work or all the things, and we end up looking to people for things
affirmation
that they can't give us.
That's accurate. Yes.
Yeah.
So let's talk about that a little bit, because I think there's two separate conversations that we need to have. One is the heart of body shaming and the identity piece of that and what we're looking for. And the other part is if you're not who you want to be, what's standing in your way of getting where you want to be? I think we would all say we want to, be all of us have a size in mind that we would want to be. Or a
health goal or something.
Goal,
yes.
Or a number on the scale or, a size pant we want to get into, all of those things. But the older that I get, the more that I realize I am my biggest enemy. and it is all in my coconut.
Yes.
It's all in my head, y'all. I was just this morning telling my friend Laura. So you will not meet a person who's been on more diets than me. I don't think. I've done it all. Slim, fast, Weight Watchers, Jenny Craig. I mean, I've done it all. Okay? So I'll start from that place. But I've been exercising my whole life. And I rediscovered something yesterday in exercising that I knew before, but I had just gotten away from because somebody told me that I wasn't doing enough. So I think I told you guys maybe earlier on, I was training for a half marathon, not because I was going to run a half marathon, but just because I thought that sounded cool. I'm training for a half marathon. Yeah.
Get that on a T-shirt.
You can look at me and tell that I'm not going to run a half marathon.
That's not true.
But anyway, here's the point I was making. More is not always better. And you have to tailor-make what you're doing to fit the type of exercise that you need. Yeah. And stop comparing your results and how many miles you've run today with somebody else's, because that's not going to get you where you want to go, right?
Especially if you're comparing yourself to your friend Laura, who ran 20 miles on her day off the
people
other
that
day.
are just freaks of nature, and she's one. That's I've known some in my life, but yeah. I just want to say something about this. Weight will not take away the shame.
Oh, gosh, that is so good, TK. Say it again, louder for the ones in the back.
Woo, and I'm telling myself, too, weight will not take away the shame.
Yeah.
And I have been all numbers on the scale, including very anorexic, 86 pounds at some point. And when I was in college, my freshman year.
That makes me want to hug you right
86. Now. Well, thank you. I'll take it. And I would stand at the mirror and I would put my feet together. And if any parts of my thighs touched, I would go do the stairs. I was very sick at a certain point. And praise God, I've been healed from that. But the number, the weight, this idea of your thighs not touching, it will not take away the deep shame that we put on our bodies, our poor little bodies. They can't handle it.
Yeah.
They can't handle the weight of what we're putting on them because there will never be a number where you go, I've reached it.
This is it.
This is it. Well, here I am. And, and there have been times when I've been healthy, a healthy weight that I've liked, and I've still not been, well, all right, here we go. Yeah. Let's enjoy today.
I'm just going to stay right here.
I'm just going to enjoy this moment. Yeah. It's just not going to happen. We put so much pressure on ourselves about our bodies.
Do you think that's cultural, or do you think that's personal?
I think it's both.
Okay.
I think it starts with culture, and then we accept it. And that is what we have to say no to.
Yeah.
Stop accepting this cultural falsehood that getting 5 pounds less weight is going to make you feel better about yourself, because it's probably not. Or 5 pounds heavier, or 5 pounds more muscular, or 5 more miles.
Now, I mean, I don't want to get in the middle of all this, but now it's turned into weight loss drugs and people getting on things that aren't healthy for them.
Yes. People will put... what do you call those things? The worms inside themselves?
Parasites.
They'll put parasites in themselves to eat food so that they can get thinner. There's a problem here. What do they call it? Ringworms? Not ringworms. It's
I don't know, but that sounds awful. I didn't know that was going on.
Tapeworm.
Yeah.
That's
actually,
true. Yes.
Okay. I did not know that. I'm good.
Yeah, I'm good.
But
please don't do that to yourself.
No.
But do y'all find that your biggest enemy is yourself?
Oh yeah, my biggest enemy is my own laziness.
Yeah,
I mean it's my own laziness, and I want comfort. I like the comfort. Of
I think everybody
laziness.
likes comfort.
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah,
you are not lazy. By the way, can I just say
you're not? Yeah,
you are not lazy.
When it comes to my health, I am.
No.
Well, okay.
No, you're not.
Okay.
You just take care of everybody else.
Yeah.
You just take care of everybody else. So, yeah. And I mean, so I've mentioned this several times on the podcast, but Tricia really helped me with this a couple of years ago, because she said what you basically just said. Now, stop focusing on weight.
Yeah. Stop exercising for weight.
And recognize, pay attention to how you feel after you exercise.
That's so good.
And I never had done that before. And I was like, I do feel different.
Yeah. Better. Always.
Even so, I mean, it was bad. And we were here at the radio station, and Tricia led a walking session for us every day during lunch, and we would go up in the break room, and it was walking,
Right.
and you would think, how can that be even helpful? But it was. I mean, we sweated up there.
Yeah, we did. Yeah, we did.
And it wasn't overwhelming. I was like, I can walk.
Right.
Okay, I can do this. But breaking it down into bite-sized pieces where you can actually okay, this is what I can do. I'm going to do this today. And realizing, gosh, I feel a lot better.
Mm-hmm.
And then she said, see how you feel mentally and emotionally after you exercise. I'd never thought of it before. Because typically what culture will tell you is after you exercise that you are worn out and that you're tired and that you don't feel like doing anything else because you're so spent from going to the gym. The exact opposite is true. Right. You have more energy. You're more creative.
Yes.
And
But
you feel better emotionally.
let's all be real too. The
Okay.
next morning, you might actually hurt.
Yes.
Your body is
Yes.
going to hurt the next morning after you exercise, but then the next morning it's going to hurt less, and then the next morning it's going to hurt
Yes.
less, and then sooner or later it's not going to hurt. You're just going to have all the good benefits of the exercise.
Have y'all read that? It's made its round on Pinterest and Facebook and all the social media, but it says basically that exercise is not a punishment.
Yes.
It's a
Right.
reward.
It's a reward.
Yes.
And we think that
or it's a celebration of what your body can do.
That's
it's not
it.
Yes.
That's
It's
it.
a
It's a
celebration.
celebration of what your body can do.
Yes.
And that right there is what we're talking about. It's about taking away the pressure of a number on a scale. That's not the reason you exercise. The reason you exercise is because you feel so much better. It is a celebration of what God has given you as a body. And you may not be able to do much exercise at the beginning, or you may not be able to do much at all. But whatever you can do, it is a celebration of the body that God's given you. And you can do that same thing that Carol was talking about. All you got to do is this. Before you exercise, how do you feel? 1 to 10. 1 to 10. 1 being terrible, 10 being great. How do you feel? Exercise. Do whatever it is that it is considered exercise to you. Then ask yourself afterwards, how do I feel? And that can be physically and emotionally, spiritually. 1 to 10. Dollars to donuts, is that what you say sometimes?
Yes.
Dollars to donuts. You're going to go up at least 2-3 points,
Yeah.
maybe more than that. The truth is not every single exercise session makes you feel good. Sometimes you don't feel that much better, but like 85% of them do.
Right.
You know?
Right.
You know what I like to do? I like to shadow box.
Oh, yeah.
And pretend I'm like getting out all of my
What's that
tensions
guy's name?
Billy
Blanks.
Blanks.
Billy
Do you
Blanks.
have
Yes.
Ty Bo.
Do you have those? I still have those on VHS, I think, somewhere.
Yes, I do.
Oh, yeah.
I do.
Uh-huh.
Yes.
I have a
Tybo.
DVD, a Billy, Tybo,
Yeah.
DVD.
Because that was real popular.
Oh, yeah.
I
That was
had the
80s,
Thigh
90s.
Master, the Tybo. I had it all.
So good. But
I
yeah,
had
when you
everything.
can like
The ab
punch-
rocket.
Yeah.
Yeah, especially
Serious,
if you're
I had all of these.
if you're really upset with somebody and you
Yeah.
need to like punch them, if you're having some
I have to actually
anger.
make contact with somebody for it to work for me.
Oh, yeah, okay.
I do not volunteer for that
So-
job.
No,
Maybe
not like
you
somebody,
need-
but
okay.
like something, like a punching
Oh,
bag.
okay.
That's better because
Yeah.
you said somebody.
I'm sorry.
Yes. Yeah. that's-
But when you take the medicine balls and you slam them down.
yeah.
Yeah.
I love doing those.
Yeah, yeah.
Or flipping
Yeah.
a tire. Or something. I got to have some physical muscle behind it.
Yeah,
Like
yeah.
I can't just
Explosion of
box
into the
energy.
air.
Right. Yeah. So I think the point that we're making is do whatever you can do.
Yeah.
Start moving your body. If you're not where you want to be, try setting some goals. I'll go back to this just because it's helped me so much. Atomic Habits by James Clear. It's not a Christian book. It's a book about your habits. And it gives you the science behind why we do what we do. You do things every day without even thinking about it. For example, brushing your teeth, I hope. Or taking a shower. Or checking you think about it. There are habits in your life that you don't even think about. They're automatic. Try putting a habit with the habit that you already do. So saying something
connecting.
like this. Before I go to bed, I'll do 10 push-ups or 5 push-ups or 1 push-up. And so when you get ready for bed, you do your 1 push-up, you get in the bed. The next night, you do your 1 push-up. I mean, you may do 1 for a while, and then you're like, I could do more push-ups, and so you try 2. Then that becomes an automatic habit tied to something in your life, and you're able to build in these habits that actually get you where you want to go. He says, every day you're casting a vote to the person that you want to be. And that just so resonated with me. I was listening to it on Audible and I stopped it and I was like, I'm going to need a minute, James. Just give me a minute. But if you think about yourself, what vote are you casting to yourself about the person you want to be? I have to be honest with you, for probably 51 years of my life, I've been casting some pretty mean votes. And not in the affirmative, Yeah. But when I started thinking about it like that, exercise didn't become another thing to put on my checklist. It became something to invest in myself.
Yeah.
And I don't think we think about investing in ourselves. We think about investing in our kids, investing in our marriages, investing in the girls in our Bible study, investing in our churches, investing in our homes. But we don't think a lot about investing in ourselves. And exercise is one of those things that continues to pay dividends even after you're done.
Yeah.
Carol, right along with that, our actions, guys, are tied to our thoughts.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Oh,
And
sure.
so it's how you're thinking about it that's going to determine whether you do it or not.
Yeah.
So if you can change the way you're thinking about your body, about exercise, about the healthy habit that you'd like to start, if you change the way you're thinking about it, you're likely going to change the fact that you're going to do it. You're going to want to do it.
Oh, yeah.
So
I thought about two things.
Yeah.
You said earlier that exercise is a celebration about what our body can do. I wrote down on my piece of paper, exercise is a party.
There you
Yeah.
go. You love parties.
I'm going to change my
It's
mindset.
good.
Exercise
And
is
you're
a
the
You
host
get a
party.
T-shirt. A T-shirt that says
Yeah.
exercise is a
Exercise
party.
is a
and I'm
party.
the hostess.
That's
There you
right. And then the other thing was sticker charts. If I had like a sticker chart,
Oh, you
like
need a little habit tracker.
a little habit
Yes.
tracker
Yeah, yeah.
sticker chart that had like smiley faces, and I get a smiley face for every day that I exercise. That would be really motivating for me.
I used to do that with Weight Watchers. They had great habit hackers, habit
those too,
trackers.
Yeah.
But water, vegetable, fruit. I like
like
that.
check
Yeah, that's
boxes.
good.
Yeah.
especially check boxes where there's a smiley face and a party.
My daily planner has that in it. And
No,
so
that's a good
So
idea.
you break
Yeah.
it down into days, and then at the end of the week, you're like, how many times did I accomplish the goal that I set? And so if you made it, if your goal is to exercise 3 times a week and you make it one time, of course you make 30% of your goal, 33%, however you want to divide that up. But like I started setting goals based on a quarter. So I would say this was just me. You don't have to do this, but I would say I want to exercise 78 times a quarter. Now that seems like a lot when you first talk about it. But when you talk that's 3 months. So that's 90 days to exercise 78 times.
I'm overwhelmed already.
But you break that down into weeks.
Yeah.
That's basically 12 weeks.
Yeah.
What you're both talking about is you find the thing that works for
Right.
you.
Change your
Find the thing that
paradigm.
works for you. Is
Yeah.
it a smiley face? Is it a numerical goal that excites you?
And boil it down smaller.
Yeah,
even
yeah.
smaller.
Yeah, yeah.
Like today I'm going to walk for 5 minutes.
Ooh, I like that. Yeah, that's good.
And also
Take me with you.
incentivizing is helpful.
Yeah. I also do that.
Yeah.
Like if I exercise so many times per quarter at the end of the year and I add all that up and it equals more than I had planned, then I may say I'm going to buy some new tennis shoes or something to.
Well, massage or something.
Yeah.
Something
Those
good
kind of
like
things.
that. Absolutely.
My watch just told me to stand up. I'd been sitting too long.
and that's another helpful tool.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
A tracker like that,
Yeah.
like a Fitbit
Yeah.
and whatnot. That kind of.
I
I
used-
want to get my 10,000 steps.
Right.
Yeah. I used to have my watch set when I worked someplace else. I should do it here too.
Yeah.
But every hour
Yeah.
on the hour, my alarm would go off, my watch would vibrate, and
Take a
I would
walk.
go for a walk for 10 minutes.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Do you
It's
know
good.
what I have found? This was like I started boiling it down, and I realized that on the weekends sometimes I struggle to. I'll do longer exercise sessions, but I struggle to move more. I realized that if you watch TV, if you're a big TV watcher, if you will get up and walk in place during every commercial break, that you can walk. You can get your 30 minutes of exercise in 2 hours of watching TV.
Miles.
Oh, wow.
You will walk miles.
Yes.
Yeah.
Same is true. Listen to this. This is a cool story. Same is true on a car trip. Every time you are driving, and because I like to get all my steps in, and on a car trip, I'm not going to get my steps in.
Yeah.
Oh, yes, you can. Every time you stop for a bathroom break or a gas thing,
Or to
you
eat.
walk for 3, 4, 5 minutes. That will add up. You will not believe.
Yeah.
You will get your 10,000 steps in on a long car trip if you walk 5 minutes every time you stop.
Yeah.
Huh.
So many
All
little
kinds
tips
of
and tricks.
practical things.
When you're walking your dog, every time your dog squats, you squat. These are things you can do. Squat with your dog on your dog walk.
I do believe that your neighbors are going to start making fun of you.
They're just jealous.
Oh, wow. Now everybody's going to be looking for Tricia walks her dog.
Well, you remember I used to do car line aerobics.
Yes.
Waiting
We got
for
several
my kids.
phone calls about that.
Waiting for the kiddos in car line.
Yeah.
I would get out and do 25 minutes of step touch, step touch.
I think the car
just
line would be a
movement.
much better place if you would lead that everywhere, every day, because car line can be brutal.
It can be done.
Yeah.
Is the point.
You have what it takes to
Yes.
get where you want to go, and it happens one decision at a time. And so would you make a decision to invest in yourself today? We hope that you will. We'd love to hear from you. If you've got little things that work for you, we're always open for suggestions. You can email us at girltalk@thelightfm.org. We want to say thank you to Compassion.
Yes, we sure do. Compassion International is sponsoring this season of the Girl Talk podcast, and we are so grateful. And it is our honor to tell you about Compassion because we each have sponsored kids, and they just make our lives so much more special as we are helping them getting out of extreme poverty and learning about Jesus Christ. You've got to see these beautiful kids. Maybe God will put one of them on your heart. Maybe it's one that has a similar name to someone that you know or the same birth date as one of your kids. It's just an amazing experience to come alongside one of these children and watch what Jesus will do once they have the medical needs met, their educational needs, and most importantly, they know how much they're loved by Jesus Christ. So, Compassion International, releasing children from poverty in Jesus' name through child sponsorship. We encourage you. Just go and look at these kids. Maybe just pray for them. Just see what God would have you do. Go to thelightfm.org/Girl Talk. And then I guess you click on the Compassion banner there.
Yep,
Then
right.
you'll see these beautiful kids like Aisha. We mentioned Aisha earlier. Maybe this is like bringing something up in you. God may be calling you to bring Aisha into your family through child sponsorship. Just go give her a look. Pray for her if nothing else. But thank you, Compassion International, for being a part of the Girl Talk podcast this season. We love you.
We do love you, and we'll see you next time we gather around these microphones for the next Girl Talk podcast.